What a bastard day. You thought you was going to be watching a video telling you Ragnarok was coming, and then I just went and took it away from under you. What a mother... Hello Ratbars, it's Jade PLAYSGAMES. Welcome to the Ark News. If you haven't already guessed, yes, Ragnarok is not coming on the 19th. I've been telling you for weeks now that I would assume it would not come on the day they said it was. They've had far too many problems getting the updates done for Xbox and PS4, and it has been confirmed 100% it will not be releasing on the 19th. This is in fact the third delay. Now excuse the first little funny bit, to be honest, I just can't be bothered getting that angry anymore. So I thought I'd try and make a little longevity, a little bit of a joke with it. But I do understand lots of you are going to be pissed off. So let's get straight into it and talk about what's happened, why it's been delayed, and some of the issues they've been facing. So pretty much everyone under the sun has retweeted me the same post that everyone should be reading right now, and we're going to read it together, about Ragnarok being delayed. Hello all, I just wanted to provide you an update what's going on at Wildcard and how things are going to be over the next few days. We've entered our final sprint to wrap up the game for console certification submission, and once that is done we'll be focusing on development efforts on the live game. It'll include a lot with blah 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 blah, and we'll be looking to get server stability ready and get rid of them nasty dupers. Unfortunately, as I've been telling you for weeks, the submission process took longer than we initially planned and required everyone at Wildcard burning the midnight oil to get things ready. Bless them. We're just about done with that process now, so on to the reason you clicked on this thread. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and especially when it's this point is this, but Ragnarok will not be releasing on the 19th of July. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting a long time for it, and we're incredibly sorry. We tried very hard to meet the deadline, but as of where we stand with the focus over the 2 weeks of preparing for certification, we're nowhere not able to. It's frustrating, and we know we've already missed 2 ETAs for the map, but afraid it's looking like it will still be a while out. I'll be posting an announcement on Wednesday sharing the new release date we have planned, as well as a full state of the game overview that will go into some detail about our plans for the next month. That'll happen once we wrapped up our submission, which is essentially come soon in Tuesday, and we can sit down together and have a chat. So everyone get the tea bags, I'll bring the sugar, everyone else bring the milk, the coffee, the biscuits, we'll all sit down, we'll have a little cup of tea. Anyway, yeah, it's delayed. You know, I've hopefully been hoping it would come out on the 19th, and despite everything that went on, I prayed that there was some sort of version already finished for it and it wouldn't affect things. Initially, the whole problems with the Xbox updates not coming out was meant to be something to do with the dinosaurs not loading up properly, and it was causing the game to crash frequently. So they've implemented fixes for that and they've improved that, so I would assume it would be just a case of flicking a switch. But they went one step further and they had to get all this stuff done for disk, so they've just been adding and adding and adding. And when you add and add and add, there's no way you can update a DLC that is way behind. Now as far as I'm concerned, the DLC cannot be in any way, shape or form compatible at the moment. You know, we're struggling at the moment to keep up in terms of like the mods on PC. They just can't keep up with the game at the moment, so I don't know how Ragnarok would have done. Hopefully though we'll get a definitive date on Wednesday. To be honest, I don't care. I really don't care. I would be happy if they said it was going to come out on release date. That's if August the 8th is still the release date. I think that's a better idea all round. Wouldn't it be great if everyone that's played Ark for 2 years or a little bit less, come release date you still felt like you had that energy and that buzz because you was playing something new? We'd get to all play Ragnarok, and all the noobs and all the Bobs and the Janes, they can go and play all the other servers that we've just roasted. There is something telling about this update on Wednesday. The state of the game, I really do believe we might get an answer about the server wipes. And again, I've said this in the last video which I've done only a few hours ago, but I really truly believe we will get some information about server wipes on Wednesday. We'll also get some proper plans about what they plan to do on release date. There are lots of questions still to be asked about what's happening with the centre map. Is it going to be locked on official servers? The same goes for Ragnarok. Are you going to have to complete the island before accessing them too? And who knows, maybe if they're really nice and they really want to give us something to look forward to, they'll talk about rentable servers. Anyway, that's getting ahead of ourselves. Let's get back to the matter at hand. Oh, just one thing, just one. Yes, that is for all the people that were saying that Ragnarok wouldn't be delayed. Suck on my chunnies. You know, I take no joy in it, apart from the people that have just abused me on my comment section on YouTube. I sometimes get things wrong, but I can honestly count maybe 5 times I've got something wrong with the Ark news in the last year and a half I've been covering it. I might not always explain everything to the finest, pointest detail, but that's not the point. I'm trying to give you the general view of what's going on. So when you comment or something, or you want to say I'm lying, or it's going to do this or do that, think on, little people. Anyway, that's my tiny little rant out of the way. Let's get back to the matter at hand. So, the PS4 update will definitely be coming this week, as we'll be submitting it on console certs this week. We should wrap up Xbox today, and then we'll be helping out Abstraction as much as we can to bring the PS4 up to spec. It's been a long wait, and this is going to be a very big patch, but there'll be a lot of improvements, especially to dashboarding, as our new memory management system comes in place. Ooh! It's difficult to give a precise date to when this will drop, as it will be based on when we submit and how we wrap it up, but we're expecting somewhere between Wednesday and Friday. If that changes, we'll of course let you know, but we're doing our best alongside Abstraction to meet it. Xbox Update 759. We've just pushed a small Xbox update to Microsoft, which will contain fixes for the LB button combo issue, the no dino or frozen AI on PvE and dedicated offline raid protection servers. The Ark data folder toggle issue, so again, if you've not known about any of these issues, don't worry, it looks like it's going to be fixed, but go and check out the video that I did before, as well as a problem with translations. It's currently in certification, we're hoping they will be able to push it out today. It's just a client-side update, so there'll be no need to redeploy official servers. However, if you've got auto update on, please be cautious as your Xbox may automatically start downloading the patch. So, as ever, I'll keep you notified. Don't worry, Jade. You don't keep them notified. I'll keep them notified, son. I'll tell them when the update's ready. That's my job. And PC is also getting an update. Our plan is to deploy a PC build in a few hours today. It's close to our near submission to build console, and it'd be great to get a lot of feedback regarding the single player experience. In particular, using single player settings checkbox. Since that is what will shortly be pressing onto discs for permanent physical posterity, we've made a lot of adjustments to the bosses, as well as the game is played in single player, how it runs. So if you're able to give us some feedback, do it. It would be great to get near enough the one we'll be submitting for retail disc. And then they just finish it off saying the last few weeks have been hectic. We're grateful for each one of you sticking with us. Thanks for being so patient, and we look forward to providing you all the details of our upcoming battle plan on Wednesday. So that's why I really do think there's going to be lots of information flying about on Wednesday, talking about the issues like online servers, like server wipes, and if it's not there, there could be trouble. Just to add to that, now you know I'm not defending them. Not today. So I do change the wind like there is tomorrow. I try and be positive, and then something just fucks me right off, and then I'll just go nuts. But I'm not feeling that today. So I'm just going to go through something. Jack pointed this out to me after he'd seen my last video, just to be a bit more clearer and so that I would understand better what happens with the certification process. And I love that. I would rather be told correctly exactly the fine details so that I can give you better information about how the processes work. Because I've always believed stuff I've read from other games how they go through the process, but it looks like some things have changed slightly, or there's certainly things that I've not privy to know, because I don't work for developers, I don't work for these companies. I can only gauge it from the research I do into games and into the way that the updates have pushed before. But I am going to go through this because Jack did send it to me, and obviously it's linked in on Reddit as well, so you can go and check it out for yourselves. So they make the game on PC, obviously. They can rapidly test things, the process is quicker, they can push the updates more frequently. There's no certification process. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If the game fricks up, it's broken, that's fine. No one's going to tell them off. When it's been released on PC, they begin the Xbox port. This is because the development team manages the Xbox version of the game. Once they've wrapped up with that, they provide the latest changes to PS4 Abstraction. They then use the Xbox changes to wrap up PS4. Occasionally we'll help them out with development needs if they're stuck on something or need one of our engineers, and we also assist them with QA. You need to get a new QA team. I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to put that out there. Once they've wrapped up their end, we submit the console builds and then release them to the public. Wildcard handle the deployment of the builds as well as management of the servers and dealing with bugs that are currently live. So for everyone that always blames PS4 on Xbox for delaying the updates, generally 9 times out of 10 it's never them, it's always the developer. Typically if it's PS4 it's probably on Xbox too. We do the fix on Xbox and port it to the PS4. On the rare occasion it's PS4 specific, and that has happened in the past, and in that case Abstraction handled the fix and uploads the builds to Sony. Hence why we occasionally get next day hot fixes available with the PS4. Their certification, close your ears people on Xbox, tends to be shorter too for hotfixes. Currently they're in the process of getting the retail disc ready. They'll be finished with this very shortly. They're iterating between PC and Xbox at the moment. As we're doing this, Abstraction is simultaneously working on the PS4 to the latest update. However, because we're constantly committed updates to console, they're constantly playing catch up to get PS4 on the same version. There's always that slight delay because they have to wait for us. In this time, it was easier for our development team to manage and iterate on PC and Xbox, therefore on PC, before releasing on PC. We're still a small studio and it's all hands on deck at the moment. Also, why they're not able to deal with live issues. Now, I've spoke about that before, I still don't believe that. I still think they should have done more to combat the duping, but they've done work on it now, and I'm proud, I'm happy that they did fix it, or attempted to fix lots of the duping and the OP Dino eggs. They're very near to wrapping up submissions, be a few more days, and they'll be able to get the PS4 update out, which will have everything. So again guys, I know I wax on lyrical, but it's got over 400 fixes, 400 additions, improvements, hopefully to make the game run better and look better. When the update drops, it's going to be exactly the same as Xbox. PC still does have some separate issues they have to deal with, but they've been sidelined for the time to focus on console and a disc release. So that's pretty good to know, guys. I don't think there's too much different from what I've always believed. If you notice, people that have complained before about PS4 getting updates before Xbox, it's only happened a couple of times, and so them couple of times it's happened, it's because the Xbox has not passed certification, obviously, and the PS4 version did. And obviously it does suck for PS4 that you've not had the updates, but again, I'll keep saying it and I'll keep defending that point. You did not want these updates. They were broken as F, I promise you. So, by the looks of things, by Friday this week, PS4 should be up to date, Xbox should be exactly where it needs to be, the retail submission should be done, and we should all know exactly what's going on with the final release date for Ragnarok. I'm hoping some information about wiping servers, and I really am hoping they're going to give us some additional information about what happens with the game in terms of unlocking the centre map, the Ragnarok map on officials, and the possibility of rentable servers in the future. They're the main issues for me. People talk about mods, people talk about primal survival, SOTF, like, unless you've been living under a rock, them issues are pretty much mute at this point. You are not going to get the big selection of mods that you were expecting. It's sad, but currently the hardware at the moment is struggling just to get the base game. All these massive mods you keep seeing, like Extinction, Core, and all the rest of it, I very, very much doubt we'll be able to get a lot of them on the console at the moment. Maybe in the future, if they keep iterating on it and they keep streamlining it, it could be something down the road. We'll keep getting more of the official mods, which can be ported hopefully a little bit easier, some of them. But don't expect some big ones. Anyway, I'm going off topic. So that's a little bit how it works. I'll give you the update information about Ragnarok. And just before we finished, hot off the presses, we've got the current PC patch notes. This will be deployed in the next few hours. I'm going to go through some of the more important ones. There's lots of little fixes and issues. More alpha creatures will now spawn in single player. Lots of you have been telling me that that's a big problem at the moment, or issue on the PlayStation even. On Carno Island, big shout out to Old School Misty for letting me know about that one. Apparently loads of alphas are spawning there. They've increased the ride distance on flyers to help getting on them when you fall in water. They've increased the spread of terror birds in the redwoods, thank God, because they're just little bastards. They've increased the amount of creatures in the centre deep water zone. They've totally upgraded the foliage and rock destruction meshes. Jumping Puzzle now has some actual decent gear in it, top tier supply crates for completion. Tech Cave Pool now refills your element as well as causes you damage if you're not wearing a full element set. That's a bit crazy. Why would you need a load of element just before ascending? Made the weather effects on the island and centre more visibly clear. Lots of deep sea crates adding to the deep sea cave. They've nerfed the ghillie suit. It now only has 70 base durability rather than 120. They've slightly adjusted temperatures across the islands and centre so they're more appropriate. Additional damage and health adjustments to the Drago, Megapithecus and the centre bosses, as we just discussed there. They're making that for the single player experience to be easier. Well, I'd say easier. I don't think it's actually easier. It could be harder. Fixed cases of overspawn in the centre. And they've reverted the raft changes again, like I mentioned earlier, so foundations can now be stacked again on official servers. So pretty cool, pretty interesting stuff. I don't know how happy that's going to make some people waiting for Ragnarok, probably not. But it's still a good indication, especially that element thing. Like that's got my mind racing now. Why would you need a full suit of element in the tech pool when you're just about to ascend? So guys, I'm going to do something a bit different. Someone suggested I put a poll, and you know what? I've never really bothered with polls on YouTube because I always assumed you guys never watch the end of my videos. So I'm going to put a poll there. And the question is this. What do you want more? Do you want Ragnarok or do you want the game up and running better. And that sounds like a no-brainer. I'm sure lots of you are going to go, oh, I want the game up and running. But for many of us, it's got used to all the bugs and the problems and the issues, and we just want some new content. So let me know, that's going to be the choices. Do you want Ragnarok or do you want the game up and running? So there you go, I'm Jade Plays Games. It wasn't what you were expecting. You wanted a big rant. I gave you hopefully some comedy. We just got to laugh. There's just no point in getting beaten up anymore about it. Unless Jeremy does anything else stupid on Twitter, then I'm going to go into roast mode again. But other than that, we've only got a few weeks left. I'm pumped still. I'm still going to be banging out the content, and it gives me a chance to get some more content done for Ragnarok. So, if you need to catch up on all the latest news, if you want the inside scoop on what's going on with development of Ark Survival Evolved, make sure you've got notifications turned on, hit that like button and that share, and make sure you comment, bitches. I will see you ratbags later on.